Hello guys, welcome to a new video on Tower of God New World, and in this video I'm going to go over the update maintenance for December 4, and we're also going to look at the videos for 002 and Alice. I will say the update won't take too long because we already covered all of those things in the December calendar video, so I'm going to briefly mention stuff, but I'm going to speed through it, I would say. We have the usual 1000 Suspendium, we have the videos for the two new units, we're going to look at them in their dedicated pages. And then we have the story mode expansion, the adventure floors expansion, so we get up to floor 140. We have 50 additional floors in Trial of Chaos and Trial of Origin. We have the new summons for Alice and 002, and the summons for 003 and Eugene are not going to be removed, so they're going to stay. And I think I will not be posting the character review video for neither of them, like these days, probably like on I don't know, Friday maybe. We'll see. But I will definitely post them before I go on vacation. So before December 11th, I will make sure to post all the character review videos for the two new units and Eugene and 003. So yeah, that's one thing. Then we have the continuation of the festival, so new missions to get a free copy of Alice. We have new tickets that are going to be delivered via push notification, if I remember correctly. I don't know how many those are going to be, but whatever. We have the usual trial mission, the usual boost missions, the usual check-ins. Then we have the events that we already saw in the calendar, so Tower of Alliances, Eldraine Arena, the new minigame, Tower Race Season 3, Tower Race Ranking Race, for those of you that already completed all the adventure chapters. Then we have the boss battle and the corresponding ranking race with compressed rack. Okay, fine. We have a rate up for a couple of ignition weapons. And if those are good, I don't remember which one they're going to add. Probably it was like Upgrund Idea and then Sell Ascendance, if I remember correctly. You could spend some keys if you want on Sell Ascendance if you don't already have some good sets for those, because there are not going to be new sets in December, maybe January, but we don't know. For now, no new sets are announced, so if you want to spend some keys, the rate ups are always a good time to do so. The new collab costume for Alice, new bundles, and then some features or changes to the Tower of Alliances and some bug fixes, and that's pretty much all. Now let's say we can go over the videos for 002 and Alice. We will start with 002, and I would say we can read the skills first, and then we can have a look at the video. And for the skill, the passive is interesting. It is going to increase the crit damage of all allies in the front row by percentage at the start of the battle. Pretty good buff. We will have to see how big this buff actually is, but it's okay. It can be removed by buff removal skills, most certainly. So it's not too important, but it's a nice one in case you're not facing Garam, Anniversary, or Urek. And then he has a jolt and an accuracy increase every third basic attack. This is fine, nothing major, I would say. Then we have the first active skill, close combat quarters, or whatever that acronym is. Okay, is going to be immune to status effect and teleport to the nearest enemy, dealing a percentage of his attack as damage and knocking them all the way to the other side, so at the very end of the enemy formation. The cooldown resets when 002 is attacked at close range, and the cooldown reset does not activate again for a number of seconds. This is an okay tool. Uh, what I fear is that this doesn't have invincibility. So when it does that, not because of this reason here, is pretty trash because it's going to jump in the middle of the enemy team without invincibility, and that could lead to him just dying randomly. But when it happens for this, it's good because I mean the enemy is already close range, so it's not really going to teleport anywhere, and they will just knock the enemy back. So mixed feelings. I just hope they don't add like a Revolution 4 effect that just gives him invincibility while using the skill. That would be pretty trash to fix a problem that shouldn't even be there in the first place. But okay, maybe if it's in the exclusive equipment, then that's fine. but we'll see. Then we have 002 performs a tactical reload, increasing his attack by percentage and making his skills result in crit hits for a number of seconds. And kills is the special move, and this one I'm not expecting the damage to be relevant, so I would say this is only useful for the special move. And the special move is pretty okay, it seems, at least from the video that we will see in a second. The AoE is quite nice, like the size is definitely big enough, so it's not bad. It's going to fire a napalm round, dealing a percentage of his attack as damage to enemies in range and creating a burning zone which stays there for a number of seconds, dealing a percentage of his attack as damage every second and jolting enemies. This is obviously terrible against an Urek, but good against everyone else. And we can have a quick look at the video too. So let's see. No audio, but we don't really care, I think. Design is pretty plain, but I guess this unit is plain to begin with, so it's fine. All right, this should be just the buff skill that gives him more attack. This is the teleport. It's pretty quick, so even if you don't have invincibility, it's not the end of the world. That AoE there is nice, depending on the kind of enemy formation. If they're all ranged, then they're not going to eat a lot of enemies, but if they are at least a mix of close range units, we are going to definitely hit multiple, which is pretty nice. Nothing fancy there, just simple stuff. So yeah, not much we can say. Let's move on to the next unit, which is a bit more interesting, and that is Alice. She's also a ranged unit, and well, they're both red, but we already knew that. We can have a look at the skills first, and then we can go over the video as well. So we have the passive. Alice is going to conceal herself at the start of the battle for, like, it was 2 seconds, I think, and then again every 12 seconds or so for the same amount of time, which is good if you want to run an Abgrund. Do you really want to do it? I'm not sure. She has a lot of synergy with crits, so she always want a crit, and with Abgrund that would be guaranteed. So that could be an option, but I think you can easily get her to crit regardless by either adding a yellowy in the team if you have a Revolution 5, which is not that common, but okay, or just with a Warion at times, depending on the targeting, could be okay, the support Warion. Otherwise, Abgrund might not be a really terrible option, but I don't like it. I don't think it's really going to be too important. And just in case, you could always do some investment in the crit rate, in the Tresness facility for dexterity. That's definitely something you can do. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. But okay, this is just the first part of the passive. Then we have the targeting of this unit, which is interesting. She's always going to target the farthest away enemy, and her attacks ignore other enemies in their path, so that's fine. And in addition, when an enemy uses a special move or active skill which heals another enemy, and this doesn't apply to Romei, it seems, because, I mean, except for when she heal, does she heal though with the skills? I don't remember. She has a shield with the skills, but I think most of her healing comes from the passive. So I would expect this not to block Romei, but this is not really important because Romei kind of sucks. So okay. When an enemy is trying to heal another enemy, she's going to throw a flashbang at the enemy who used the skill and stun them for a number of seconds with a certain cooldown that we don't know. Then we have the first active skill. Alice adjusts her aim onto the furthest enemy for a number of seconds and then fires to deal a percentage of her attack damage. The coefficient of this attack increases every second while aiming. I think it's like for 3 seconds or so the charge up. And if the shot is a crit hit, the target takes additional damage equal to a percentage of their max HP with a cap based on attack if the enemy is a boss. And Alice shoots immediately if she is hit by a status effect attack while aiming, and if the target that she is aiming at dies, she will immediately shoot at the furthest enemy. This is okay, but since she has a charge up, I don't know. It will all depend on how big of a portion this part of the damage is. Because if you're relying on the max HP, is good, even if it's proccing earlier, you don't really care. But it's fine. I don't know. It seems okay. And they did an interesting thing here. They added max HP damage in basically everything she has. So it has like she has it in both actives and the special move, which is interesting. And also uh, kind of tells you that she's going to do well with Albelda if you have a Revolution 5 Albelda, because obviously she's going to cast the active skills more often. Now, being stuck for 3 seconds, I don't really like it. So this active skill that we just read, I'm not a real fan of, but we'll see actually how it plays out. Then we have the other active skill. Alice increases her crit damage by percentage for a number of seconds and then snipes the furthest away enemy to deal percentage of her attack's damage. If the shot is a crit hit, then the target takes additional damage based on their max HP. Then we have the special move that she's going to throw a smoke grenade at the furthest enemy to blind and decrease the evasion of enemies in range by percentage. It's okay, just an evasion decrease. We don't really have accuracy problems nowadays, but it's okay. And then she's going to snipe the target, dealing a percentage of her attack's damage. And if the shot is a crit hit, you guessed it, max HP damage. Pretty simple. You see how heavily she relies on crit hits, so you kind of want to get to that 100% crit rate. And where the hell is the video? Let me reload the page, because there should be a video here. Okay, they probably didn't upload it, so we can have a look at it here in the update maintenance. And let's see. Okay, she looks cool, but okay, she's just a blonde girl with a sniper. This is the conceal. She's going to aim for a number of seconds and then boom, fire shot. And this is the special move. Again, the animations are super simple, extremely so. So I'm not too excited animation-wise. I think Ejin was a lot better, but it's okay. As long as she can deal damage, that's good. I'm not expecting too much, to be honest, because the percentages we saw in the like in the video when they show their numbers, kind of, even though again it's extremely early, so the numbers might have been just random stuff, but it looked like a 15 to 30%. That's more or less the range, which is not really that high. She doesn't have great buffs to herself other than a crit damage increase, and that's pretty much it, I think. Yes, that's all she has. So we really need to hope the exclusive equipment and the revolution buffer up quite a bit. Because right now, yes, she has those max HP damage, but if it's just 30% in each of them, unless she really spam them and you can keep the damage consistent, then she's not really going to be able to deal with those tanky units with high regen. It's true that she can counter healers. That's why I said like units with high regen, like a Ghost, for example, or a Amigo Charts, or an Urek. Those kind of units might be a bit annoying, but we'll see, I guess. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much all for this video. Let me know if you have any doubts or let me know what your opinions are on these units. And I will see you guys, I would say, during the like December 4. I might be streaming after work this time, but I will let you know probably tomorrow over my Discord server or something. So yeah, I will see you guys then. Bye.